What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And yes, it's about time we finally finished the BMW DLC that came out a long time before Christmas. Yes, I took well, I was going to say a little break, but I took quite a long break off while I sorted out through some personal issues. And, well, we're not quite completely there yet, but let's get back to it. If I don't start again now, I don't think I'd ever come back. Before we jump fully back in, there's a few shout-outs I need to mention on here. Obviously, we saw the BMW DLC competition winner, but since then, we did the BMW M1 Pro car, won by Paulinho Bacana. Absolutely fantastic build you did there. Very well done. And then we had Payne's Evo was our next one, also won by Paulinho Bacana. Absolutely fantastic with that build there. It really does look stunning. Some sort of little drag build. Absolutely insane. We will have a new competition starting up very soon. In fact, you're watching this video on the Thursday. You might be watching it on the Thursday when it comes out. There'll be a new competition starting over on Discord a little bit later on this evening. So head over there, help us pick the car that we're going to be working on next. It is going to be open to absolutely everybody, console, PC, whatever it is you're on, you will be able to enter. But I do have a Steam key only available to Steam for the Rims DLC to give away to that one. So if the winner is a PC Steam user, the code will be going to them. If not, second place, third place, whatever it ends up being. Sadly, I don't have keys for consoles. I only have one Steam key that I can give away. It is actually my personal Steam key, but you guys can take it, whoever the winner is. I hope you enjoy that one. But anyway, let's get back to today's build and finally finishing off the beautiful BMW DLC with the very last one, the BMW M4 GTS Special Edition. There she is, looking very nice. I kind of like this color scheme, and I think we may stick with that, depending on what we can get with livery options and things like that. This one is available in all of the places, and we got ours from the auction house, and the bad auction house at that, as per normal. Did we get a good deal for it? Not bad. I mean, no is the answer, but not bad. I bought it for 58,409 and could currently sell it for 56,802, losing out on 1,607 before we even begin. I'm sure we'll be able to claw that one back a little bit later on. The engine in this is the i6 S55 twin turbo engine with 493 factory horsepower coming out of that one, which we will be increasing as we go on, adding all the performance parts, making this one as fast as we possibly can. And that is quite a good looking engine, even if it is looking a bit sorry for itself. There's a lot of rust down here on some of the plastic parts, but we'll leave that if it is what it is. But yes, we will be increasing it as much as we can, and then we'll be taking this beast down the drag strip. Now, we do have, obviously, our drag racing board. I'm thinking about changing this, obviously retiring this board as it is and starting a brand new one. We're not going to do that one today, but I'd like your opinions in the comments below. What should we base the new board on? This one's obviously based on the 1 mile times, pretty solely based on the 1 mile times. Should we do a new one and start it and just do the 1/4 mile times? Should we do the 1 mile? Should we do the 1/2 mile? Should we base it solely on speed? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But let's get back into our beautiful BMW. Let's get this one into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. In the car wash with the M4. Let's get it... What is that? Is that some sort of compressor? I don't know. But let's get it cleaned anyway. Get rid of all that dirt and grime with a little bit of jumpy bumpy game in there. What colour are we underneath? Oh, just a very dark black. Absolutely loving that. That looks beautiful. Maybe what we stick with, we'll find out as we go on a little bit later. What am I talking about? You guys have already seen the thumbnail. You know what colour we end up with, even if I haven't decided yet. I like that. All the bronzing colour on the roll cage there. I'm hoping we can keep that a little bit later. That might be our secondary colour. Maybe we go for a black and a bronze. We shall see. But let's get this one back on the lifter. Start getting everything tore down. Ready to go back together. All shiny and new. The M4's in the air. Let's have a look for the oil pan. There is a giant oil pan under there. So let's get all the oil drained out and see how dirty or clean this is. And if there's a lot of it. Out you come. And not bad. Relatively, I'd say that was about medium. And there was quite a bit of it in there. So a really relatively decently looked after BMW. But let's get in and let's get started stripping this all out, starting with the starter. Out you come, our first rusty bolt of the day. There's going to be plenty more. I can already see one on there. But let's get in and get this drive shaft out of here. Out you come, nice and easy. Two more rusty bolts at the rear there. Out you go, and out you go there. While we're under here, I'm just going to grab that fuel pump because I can. Probably could have grabbed the fuel tank as well, actually. Let's grab the fuel tank as well. Out you come. And let's get all of this exhaust out. Middle muffler, we're going to be keeping that. Is that all the way to the end? Oh, no, rear muffler is different. We'll worry about that a bit later on, though. But I do need to grab these front exhaust sections out. There we go, and there we go. And there's our beautiful twin turbos looking absolutely fantastic. Now out with this gearbox. No rusty bolts on the gearbox. Happy to see that one. And there we go. Let's get this one back down on the ground. Get that engine ripped out of there. So down you go. And let's go and grab the engine crane. Over to the BMW. And let's pull that engine out of there. Hopefully in one go. It's probably going to tell me I'm missing something, but we'll find out. Oh, no, it's not. Everything came out nice and easy. Away with that crane, and then what we got going on with the rest of the engine bay. So we do have an air filter in here with the four beautiful clips. We'll be able to put some cool colours on them later. We've also got a power steering reservoir, a radiator with a double fan housing kit, coolant reservoir, wishy-washy reservoir. Up here we got the brake servo, we got the ABS pump and module. We've got our ECU, and we've got a fuse box up here. Down the back, if I could get there, let's jump down there. We do also have our battery to get out. Obviously, with the TKAftermarket mod, we've got all of these clips and bolts holding everything in place, looking fantastic. So out you all come there. That's that. If we look to the underside, we look like we have everything. It's all a look in there. We've got the wheels on. We've got all the bushings just here, all the bushings just there. I'm going to say that's pretty complete, but we'll come to that a little bit later on. Now, I'm going to get the rest of this all stripped out, but before we do that, we do need to drain some liquids. So right-click, additional tools, drain tool, click and hold on the container you want to drain the liquids from, and it will drain them all out. We're going to get the rest of them done, the rest of this stripped out, and then we can start working on tearing the bodywork down for this beautiful M4. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, apart from this beautiful bodywork. So let's get this all sorted out. Let's get it stripped down and see what we've got to work with. I missed the headlight, didn't manage to take you off there. Out with the front bumper. We are missing the windscreen. Off with the door. No mirror on that side. I don't know if there was meant to be one. We'll find out a little bit later on. Out with the trunk. Obviously, the spoiler is part of the trunk there, not attached to anything else. No rear bumper. Body window, out you come. Any side skirts? Doesn't look like it. Nothing on there. Nothing on there. Go around. That might be everything for the bodywork. Let's just get in and sort this interior out. We've only got two parts in there. It is just that passenger seat and the steering wheel there. We will be placing that as we go on. And now, is that everything for the bodywork? Down to 1%. And there is nothing showing up on there. So we have got everything absolutely fantastic. Let's just get on and get the welding done. Get this frame all sorted out. I'm going to say 1,200. 1,400. Not too far off for the M4 there. But let's jump in. Well, there's the interior items. We do need to buy them. So let's get that sorted now. Off you go and off you go. And then we'll go into the bodywork very quickly. No body tuning parts for the BMW. Any of the BMWs, in fact. So let's just crack on and go into the normal bodywork station for the M4 and see what we've got to work with. Everything in there is just like for like. It is a nice and simple. You don't have to mess around too much figuring out what parts go on where. I love them mirrors. They look absolutely fantastic. Can't do much with the lights. Maybe we'll be able to tint the rear tail lights a little bit later on. We shall find out. But there we go. That's all that ready to go. So let's get everything repaired we can for this body. Get it all back on. Ready to go into the paint shop. Let's get the M4 all back together then. Ready to go into the paint shop to pick some lovely colours and a fresh new coat of paint. Now, as I said, everything is just like for like. So we've got no special parts to check out. So let's just get it all in. That front end looks fantastic. The only thing I am a little bit upset about is this strip here in all of the pictures from before it was released was a beautiful orangey colour. I'm assuming matching in with that sort of roll cage. But it turns out that on here at the moment it's just white. Maybe we'll be able to change it later in the paint shop. We will find out. We might have to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery with the quality of life mod and things like that. We shall see. But let's just get all of this in and see where we end up. Make sure we have well and truly got everything for this beautiful M4. So in we go. Tail lights and tail lights. And let's get that trunk in with a nice little spoiler. I do like that spoiler on there. Is it carbon fiber? it is indeed. Maybe we'll do some other carbon fiber accents. We shall see. On with the last bits of the tail lights, and then our beautiful rear license plate. Obviously, our VM plate with M4 GTS. I'm so happy these are all working again now with the correct colours on there. I think that's everything for the bodywork. So let's get in and get our beautiful interior in with these M4 GTS seats, which are absolutely stunning. And again, we may try and add a bit of colour to them later. Depends what sort of colour theme we go for. I do like the bronzing on the roll cage. I'm going to try and match that as best I can for a few little bits, but we shall see. Is that everything? 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get the M4 into the paint shop. Here we are then in the paint shop. Currently, it's sat obviously with this matte black livery. No, matte black paintwork on there. But let's see what we've got. A lovely pearl white. Definitely not what I'm feeling today. We go for a metallic silver, or what I think I'm going to go for is this matte grey. Looking a beautiful one there. I'm liking that one. We do also have a big bright orange, which I was tempted by, but I want to try and keep some of this bronze in here. So I don't want that on the bodywork as well. Or obviously that pearl black that is currently sat on there. So we're definitely going to go with that matte grey, I think, on there. Are we going to use one of the liveries? Let's have a look. The first livery, too much for this build, in my opinion. We could go for the side stripes, but again, I think it might be a bit too much. We do have the off-center stripes, which I think I'm going to go with. It's either that or nothing for me. What do you think? What would you have picked? Let me know in the comments below. We are going to go with the stripes because it is an M badged car. Obviously, it lines up perfectly with there, although it is reversed on that M badge. So it is what it is. But I think that's what we're going to go for. Looking pretty good. I'm going to try and see if I can add a bit of striping to that front splitter there. So we'll figure that one out in just a little while. But let's get all of that applied. On you go. Looking very, very nice. Just going to open. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did also set the screws to this color gray as well. So we'll keep that all matched in. We have got very much a lot of gray in the engine bay. So we can go for black and hopefully that bronze on there if I can match it. And I'm going to let you answer that one now. What do you think? Have I done a good job at matching that bronze? It's not perfect. It is very hard to colour match when you don't actually have a proper colour reference. This obviously being inside the car made it even harder, but I've gone pretty close and I'm quite pleased with it. I think it looks pretty good in my opinion. I do especially like that steering wheel just with some bronze accents on it. Looking pretty cool. But that's what we're going to go for. Obviously, as I said, the engine's going to be mostly sort of like standard silver, black and bronze. We've got the grey on the screws, so that should look pretty good in there. Probably going to do something very similar for the suspension. But here's where we're at the moment. So I'm going to crack on, get everything painted that we're going to get painted, and we can start getting the beautiful BMW M4 ready to hit up the drag strip. Everything's painted. Now we just need to get it all back together. And you might have noticed, yes, the suspension is all on. We're not going to be looking at some clips of me doing this today. I'm going to try something a little bit different where actually it's all together apart from the engine. This is what we've got going on in here. Little bits of the bronze, little bits of black with some bronze clips on there, obviously. We've got bronze fans, black fan housing kit, and a beautiful bronze radiator on there. All looking very, very nice. And as you can see, the suspension is all done. So we'll take a look at that. Put a bit of brushed aluminium into the middle there. Kept that brushed theme going into the bronze arms. And then obviously lots of bronze. Little bit of carbon fiber on the shocks there. And it's all looking very good. All the bushings are in black with a tiny splash of bronze in the middle underneath the bolt, which all looks pretty good. Let's get down the back. The only one bushing that is different, you won't ever really see, is this bushing down here, which I did in the bronze with the black center. It was quite hard to line all of them up. But there we go, a little extra splash of carbon fiber on the shocks down here, and obviously a bit of carbon fiber on that fuel tank as well. And it is all looking pretty good. Even the battery tray and all of that set up on there, lots of bronze and a little bit of black. But now we need to go and build that beautiful engine. So let's go and close that hood and let's get on with it. In we go to the other room, as we've already got the block on the stand ready to go. Lots of bits already on it. The oil filter's already there. The fuel filter's already there. And then inside the engine, you've got 6 spark plugs and 6 ignition coils all sat underneath just there. So make sure you don't forget them. One thing I have seen a few people miss is this camshaft cap. Remember, there is 7 camshaft caps per camshaft on this one. So 14 in total. Don't miss any of them out. You do also have 2 shoes in there and an extra shoe up here with the timing chain and 2 cam gears on the end. But we've got a few more bits to go on, so let's crack on. The water pump, obviously in that beautiful bronze at the front there, looking very nice. The water pump pulley is just in a black. In you go. And then we've got the crankshaft pulley, also in a black, but with a little bit of bronze just in the center hub there. The idle rollers, these are bronzed out, looking very, very nice. In you go, and in you go just there. And then just up here, the alternator, you guessed it, that's obviously in a bronze, looking good. And the AC compressor, also in a lovely little bronze on there, looking very, very nice. Let's get the belts on and get this beautiful BMW all finished off. On you go, on you go. With a lovely little bronze belt tensioner in there as well. Onto the top, the engine head cover. Kept up with a bit of the carbon fibre theme, as we've got carbon fibre on there, and it is looking very good. In you go. Just sort of keeping up with it. We've got, obviously, the carbon fibre spoiler at the back, and the front lip's got a bit of carbon on it as well. So the fuel rail, bronze and black, mostly visible on the bronze there, looking very nice. And the intake manifold, also in that beautiful bronze, all bolted up and ready to go. The throttle at the front here, just in a cheeky little black. In you go, looking good. And then we've got our intercooler on the top, which is in a bronze and black again, and also looking very, very nice. I'm liking that one. We go over to the other sides, our beautiful exhaust manifolds and turbos, bronze and black. Little splash of black on there, mostly in the bronze though. Looking very nice. In we go with you. And on we go with the other one on that side. Both of them on, and we've got a couple of little pipes to go on the top as well. The intercooler pipes, bronze and black. You probably saw that coming from a mile off, but there we go, looking good. And then the last piece on this engine is the M-Power engine cover, which is in carbon fibre and bronze. Obviously, all the lettering and the stripes all in the bronze. Even got the M badge in the bronze, but still keeping the normal stripe colours on there, thanks to the Quality of Life mod. All looking very, very good. So let's get this all dropped into the BMW and get this beautiful BMW all finished off. We've got to go and grab that engine crane. Normally I leave that at the front, but we've changed everything up, so I haven't quite got my rhythm going yet. Back over to the car we go. Open the hood, and hopefully this is going to look pretty good inside. Get the crane put away. That's looking nice. I am liking all the bronze accents. I mean, you know I like bronze anyway from my beautiful Mustang. In fact, grey and bronze as well. But that's looking very good in there. Quite pleased with that. We do have a few extra bits to go in, though. So let's get it up in the air and ready to go get all of this beautiful exhaust in. Oh, one thing I will say is, for the life of me, I could not change that white stripe. I changed every setting I could possibly try with the Quality of Life mod. And it either went a grey or that white. So that's basically all I could do with it there. But let's get in underneath and get this beautiful, beautiful car all finished off. Gearbox in a lovely black, but with some bronze accents on there, looking very nice. Now we're putting in the screws in the car. You can see that they're just a little bit of that body-coloured grey and not the normal silver that they normally are. Starter up here, we get a better view, just in the cheeky bronze, looking very nice, liking that one. And then we'll go on to the drive shaft, which I can never seem to click on for some reason, but there we go. Carbon fibre and bronze. The carbon fibre is a little bit blue, but it is what it is. We will live with that one. It still looks quite nice in there. And now for my favourite part of this whole build, it is the entire exhaust section, which is all in the beautiful bronze, but I love how the tips stick out the back. So we'll check out them in just a moment before we go and build them beautiful wheels. All in bronze, all looks fantastic, but if we come off of that and go round to the back, you can just see the bronze exhaust tips just sticking out. They look beautiful. I am very, very impressed with that one. But now we've got all of that on, we need to decide what we're going to do with the wheels. Now, I said in the rims episode that we might not stick the BMW rims back on there, but we definitely are, but we're going to paint them. As you can see, we've already got the wheels and tyres bought. It is a 19s at the front with 20s at the back there. And if you're going to swap them to slicks, these are normally 265 35 19s for the fronts. I just dropped them down to 30, but the rears are exactly the same size as previously stated. So let's see what we can do with the colour of these beautiful rims then. Definitely don't want them in the white. So we're going to pick our bronze colour that we've been using on this build, and we're going to see what we can do thanks to the Quality of Life mod. So I'm going to go to a steel black. I think that's a good place to start because it's quite fitting with the rest of the build. Definitely not a fan of that one. So what else have we got? Fully blacked out, not for me. Black on the outside, bronze on the inside. I mean, it is quite nice, but it kind of takes away from it a little bit. Slot number 2, and no colouring on the outside, so we don't want that one. Then we've got a blacked out completely rim with a bronze, complete front with bronze rim is the words I was looking for. Not quite what I'm after. Then no black on the front. That's a bit disappointing. So we're looking at paint and mix. And that's the colour I want on there. That's looking beautiful. All the bronze lining on the front there with all the black in the middle. We do lose the BMW badge, which is a bit of a shame, but we do keep some black bolts on there. So that is 100% what we're going to go for. Let's get the rest of these painted and then get them all back together and onto the car. Here we go then, the last two wheels. We got the rear wheel 20-inch on there. We just need to get these two balanced and then get them onto the car. So let's get all of this done. And then we've got some windows to tint, and we may play around with the tail lights while we're in the tint machine as well. See how that one goes. So let's get you all in. Just two sections on this one here. On you go and on you go. Let's get these on the car and see how this all looks back down on the ground. 20 inches at the back there. One thing has changed. Obviously, the bolts that were showed up black in the paint shop have come out bronze on the car, but that's fine. We can live with that. It still looks very good. In we go and in we go on there. And that's all of it done. We just got to tint some windows and top up some liquids. What do we think? I'm liking that. I think that looks pretty incredible. Not too much bronze, so it's not taken away from it. Just a few little bronze accents that you can see from the outside, including them exhaust tips and obviously that roll cage and a bit of the steering wheel if you're paying proper attention. All looking good, but now we want to tint some windows. So let's get this all done. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to go to the windshield. I'm going to go... Oh, that looks pretty dark, doesn't it? We want to make sure we get this about right. That's not too bad. Can we go up to 80? No, we'll go 75, and we'll take a seat inside in just a minute and see if that's good enough. For the body windows, we're just going to go full 100% cover on them. In you go and in you go. For the rear window, we're going to do exactly the same. And then for the door windows, we're going to do them the same as the front windows so we can just see out just in case we need to. Especially on the drag strip, it's nice to look out the side window and see where your opponents are. But now we're going to play some other things. So on here, we got the trunk. Now, these will be these two lights. Now, if I just bring... Okay, it's not... Oh, is that because I haven't picked a colour? No, that doesn't want to do anything on there, so we'll ignore that. Rear bumper. That does play with the little dipped lights down the bottom here, but if I can't change these, I'm not going to bother. We won't do the headlights. Tail lights, I can change, but I can't... Oh, there we go. So that's fine. Trunk tail light, we can do that. So I want to go back to the rear bumper, and what I want to do is I just want to pit them, maybe not black. We'll go 50%. So it should be pretty clear, just with a bit of tint to it, maybe a little bit more. Maybe we'll go up to 70. 70 on there. That's not looking bad. We'll go for that. Jump to 69. No, thank you. We'll go with 70. Thank you very much. Come back to the headlights in a minute. Tail lights, these should be the same at 70. Oh, they're going to look pretty good, I think. It's just going to give it, just makes it look a little bit meaner. And we can do exactly the same on the inside lights. That is what I like to see. Absolutely perfect on there. Just makes the back look a little bit more angry. Do we have anything else on there? No, but we will go and see if we can do anything to the headlights. Now, recently, whenever I've tried this, it doesn't seem to change anything. And it still doesn't seem to really be changing anything now. So we're just going to leave them as they were. They still looked pretty good. Oh, back to before we put that away. We're just going to take a seat inside. Quality of life mod allows me to open the door now. It does crash into the arm a little bit, but never mind. And that tint isn't too bad, not too dark, letting enough light in. So I am happy with that. I'm now stuck. There we go. Let's get you put away. That's the beautiful BMW, all finished and ready to go. Let's get it outside in the sun before we go on the dyno and drag race it. Well, there she is, all finished, and she looks good from any angle. I can't find a single angle where this car doesn't look good from. You've got that lip in the bonnet that just pokes up, making it look a little bit meaner. Down at the back here, the spoiler and the bronze exhaust tips. They all look absolutely beautiful. I am not the biggest fan of BMW, but this one's something else. It looks absolutely beautiful. Well done to the guys at Red Dot Games getting this one added in. It looks fantastic. And for once, well done to BMW for creating a well and truly beautiful looking car. We already spoke about these rims. Now, one thing I will add is that there is 3 different rims for the BMW M4. If we just go into the rim shop, you've got the GTS A, the GTS B, and the GTS C. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between them. As it stands, they all look identical. I'm sure there'll be some paint differences and things like that. So we may have a look at them in another episode or a little bit later on. I'm not decided. We'll figure it out as we go. But there we go. The beautiful BMW all finished. The engine in bronze and black looking absolutely fantastic. Loving that one. But let's jump inside and see what that twin turbo engine sounds like. I do like it in here. The interior is very beautiful. So let's get it started. What do you sound like? Not anything special, just on the tick over there, but let's give it some gas. It is a bit meaner at the top end. I'm quite liking that. And obviously we got that beautiful, beautiful turbo whistle in there, sounding wonderful. Now let's get this one onto the dyno before we go drag racing. Let's take a quick look at the difference between the rims then. So I've bought one of each, A, B, and C in there. So we go into the A. I'm going to have to just probably fiddle with a few settings. But if we go to paint it, you can see that it paints everything but the fascia on A, which is pretty cool. Just want to make sure everything's on normal mode. Nothing special. So even if you've just got a standard edition of the game without any mods, this is what you can paint with A, I believe. Just double check that. We go into B, have a look at this one. And again, I'm just going to make sure nothing's affecting it. Normal, normal, normal. We'll go on to the black. The B paints just the fascia on the first instance there. Looking quite nice. Obviously keeping all of that orange underneath. That's not my orange. That's the pre-selected one that comes on it. And then if we go into C, this one here, we'll just make sure, again, we're not affecting anything with the quality of life mod. That paints the entirety of the rim. So you've got a few options there if you just have the base game. At least I believe these are all paintable in the base game and not over with the quality of life mod. Let's get this beautiful little beast dynoed then and see what kind of horsepower we're pitting out after all our performance upgrades today. It started with 493 horsepower from that twin-turbo i6. What are we going to end up with when we make it to 1,000? Yes, we will. 1,000 horsepower BMW M4 GTS. We gained 532 horsepower, 108% more than the whole new engine. I'm always happy when that is the outcome. Bringing us up to 1,024 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower from an M4. That's wild, and I'm loving it. Drag rating a little bit low at A733, but I'm sure we can have some fun with it on the drag strip nonetheless. But before we do that, let's have a look at the gearbox tune for today. That's what we've gone for. 2.85 on the ratio up there, and that's all I've adjusted. I haven't played with any of these. I feel like it was quite a good curve to start with. 69 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to a reported 469 kilometers an hour in top gear, which is 7 gears. Again, I've not added any, taken any away. That's how many this car actually starts with. But we've also got a fully tuned Stage 3 ECU. If you want to see how to do that nice and easily, check out the short up here or listed in the comments below. There is also one for the carbs, although there's no carbs on this vehicle today. But enough of that. Let's get on to the drag strip and see if we can win our first drag tournament of 2024. Feels good to be back here for the first time in a little while with our 1,000 horsepower, or a little over 1,000 horsepower BMW M4. Let's get into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile and A-class. Pay our 1,000 entry fee. And what have we got against us today? Our first race is against the Carrera GT Volkswagen Beetle. Pretty wild on that one. Who have we got? Matteo, love to see you. Maton Nicoloni, however you say that, I'm not sure. Cobe the Koala's in here as well. Who else have we got that looks about it? I'm not sure if I've missed anybody out. Do let me know in the comments below. But let's get into our first race and see if we can beat a Volkswagen Beetle. Who doesn't love a Volkswagen Beetle? Absolutely beautiful and looking nice in yellow, if I'm being truly honest. Are we going to beat it today with our grey and bronze BMW M4? There is only one way to find out. Let's go. Come on, off the line, into second, straight away into third. Let's see if we can do it. I want to beat it. Oh, it is in front, but we are pulling away. Definitely happy about that. Into fifth gear. Off you go, Beetle. Hopefully we continue this and manage to get our first win of 2024 on the drag strip. That is what we like to see. But will we win the entire tournament? We've got to keep going to find out. So let's get across the line and see what sort of times and speeds we got with the M4. 9.725 seconds to the quarter of a mile, under 10 seconds. Again, always happy when that is the outcome. 1 mile at 23.537 seconds with a top speed of 362 kilometers an hour. Absolutely beating the Beetle. Very happy about that. The quarter of a mile was exactly the same time, but we got there at a little bit of a higher speed, and it topped out way, way, way before us. So we definitely managed to do that one nice and easy. Let's get back and see who's next. Mation and Cobe the Koala are both out in the first round, which is a bit of a shame. But next up, we've got the RTR Unicorn version 1. As much as I love that car, I hate coming up against it on the drag strip. We tend to lose more often than we win. We got a few new mods in here as well, or one new mod in here as well with the Panzos Esperante. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too badly. We will be building one of them very, very soon. If we come up against it, it'll be interesting to see how good it's going to be on the drag strip. 2 of them made it through. 2 Batmobiles, both Arkham Knights. 1 Wayne Mobile, 1 Pursuit Mode. And then we've got another Unicorn, a Street Edition at the top there, along with the 500e wide body Mercedes-Benz. But let's get on and see if we can beat the version 1 Unicorn. Ken Block's version 1 Unicorn. I can just hear that engine ticking over in the background in my headphones. Rest in peace, Ken Block. We all truly miss you. There will never be another one quite the same. And also, black and bronze on the colouring. Slightly different bronzing on that one. More of a matte sort of deeper bronze on there, but we like it nonetheless. Ours has got more of a shiny bronze. But can we beat the version 1 Unicorn? I certainly hope so. Let's go. Off the line, into second. Not the best gear change there. Into third, and off goes the Unicorn. Oh, yeah, that is what we like. We are going to beat you. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to beat you. Pulling away from it. That is what we like to see. We didn't use 7th gear in the first run. I don't think we're going to need it in any of these runs. It does get quite good top speed in 6th gear. Not even using the top gear across the line. And what have we got for this? Is it better than our first run? 9.844 seconds to the quarter of a mile. I'm going to put that down to my launch because the first run was definitely better. 23.632 to the 1 mile. Again, our first run was a tad bit better, but still the exact same top speed from our beautiful 1,000 horsepower M4. Just about beating the Unicorn there on the drag strip. That's what we like to see. Let's see who's next. Well, unfortunately, the Panzos did not make it through. Either of them did not make it through until the next round. We've got 1 race to go before we're into the final, and we're against that beautiful wide-body Mercedes-Benz that I created. I don't know if that will get all the bonus parts on it on the drag strip. We will see in just a moment. If it doesn't, it'll be a bit of a shame because that did look good with Maltese absolutely beautiful wide-body kit on there. So let's get on with it and try and get to the final. Sadly, on the drag strip, the Mercedes doesn't have a front bumper and the wheels stick out a little bit further than the body because the wide body kit isn't on there. I'm not sure why. It's definitely all set to load on all the time. It's a bit of a shame because that is definitely a good-looking Mercedes. Still looks pretty good, even without that front bumper. But we've got to try and beat it today. Hopefully we can in our beautiful BMW. So let's go. Come on, BMW. 1 more race and then we're in the final. Finish this race and then we're in the final. We can try and win our first tournament of 2024. Where's the Mercedes? Definitely behind us as it stands at the moment. Hopefully it will stay that way. Fingers crossed. Maybe not fingers crossed. We're trying to drive at the moment. Maybe we should keep our hands and eyes on the road. Still in front of the Mercedes. Let's get across the finish line. Will this be our best run of the day? Let's take a look. Come on, BMW. You can do it. 9.793 to the quarter of a mile. Not quite beating our first run of 9.725. Bit of a shame. 23.590 to the 1 mile. Again, so close, but not quite. Still the same top speed with 362 kilometers an hour, but we have made it into the final for the first time in 2024. So let's see who we're up against and if we can win. For the final race of the day, we are against the Batmobile Arkham Knight Wayne Mobile, and I know that one is fast because we've raced it before and it was very, very good. In fact, I think that's the one that might have topped the speederboard last time. I'm not 100% on that. I can't really remember. My memory's not quite what it used to be, but let's see if we can beat it with the special edition M4 GTS. Virtual Mechanic versus Batman. Who's going to take the win of this one today? I do love that Batmobile. Excellent mod by French Toast. If you haven't got it, head on into the workshop and go and find that one for yourself because it's a lot of fun to build and it's definitely a lot of fun to drag race. But we got to try and win, so let's go. Final race of the day. Can we do it with our 1,000 horsepower BMW M4 GTS? I certainly hope so. Off the line, definitely a lot quicker than the Batmobile, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that it might pull up in just a little while. Hopefully it won't. I want to win. I do like winning. It's just in my nature and I cannot help it. Let's keep going. Come on, M4. Are we going to take the win? First tournament of 2024. And we have got the win across the line. What have we got? Our final race of the day. Is the Batmobile going to finish? The Batmobile didn't finish. I am surprised at that. I'm not going to lie. Although off the line, that wasn't very good. 11.752 to the quarter. I thought it was going to be a bit better than that. Not going to lie to you all. I thought it was going to be a bit better than that. Ours, anyway, with a 9.753 to the quarter of a mile. Again, not beating our first run. Definitely our best run of the day. 23.544 to the 1 mile. Ever so slightly off our first run. But again, same top speed. But we have won the first tournament of 2024. Welcome back to the game. I hope you have enjoyed it. I definitely have. It's good to be back. But let's get this one back to the garage. Let's go and collect our winnings. Then get this one back to the garage and see if we can sell it on for a tasty bit of profit. Feels good to have winnings, 11,250. Always happy to see that one. It's going to increase our profits from this beautiful BMW, whatever the outcome, whether we can make some profit from it or not. What did you think? Did you enjoy the first tournament of 2024? I've said that quite a few times today, but there we go. Did you enjoy it? Do let me know in the comments below. M4 GTS. Not too shabby on the drag strip, coming in with their 9.725 at the quarter of a mile and the 23.537 to the 1 mile. This is beautiful, though. Looks absolutely fantastic. It was a tiny bit slower than the Dodge Hellcat and a little bit quicker than the Nissan 370Z, which is pretty good. Coming in at 65th on the speederboard out of 104 cars. That engine looking absolutely fantastic in there. Loving that one. It is beautiful. But let's talk some facts and figures. We bought the car for 58,409 and could have sold it at a loss of just over 1,500, but we didn't do that. We spent a further 76,451 upgrading, tuning, modifying and painting this beautiful BMW, putting our total spend at 134,860. Now, is there enough room in there to sell this one and make a nice bit of profit? Let's get in. Let's take a look. All finished and 100% complete with that engine ramped up from 493 to 1,024 horsepower, a gain of 108%, but we did spend quite a bit to get there. 134,860. Can we make some money? We certainly can, with a sale price of 273,451. Leaves us with 138,591 profit, which is definitely very good. Almost, over 100% profit from what we've paid to get this car to where it is today. That does include buying 3 extra rims just so I could quickly have a look at them in the paint shop earlier, but I have since sold them, so it all counts. But anyway, it's time to say goodbye to the beautiful M4 GTS. Off you go. We'll take our profit and be very, very happy with it. Now, don't forget, I am back, but we are changing the schedule just a little bit. I know that the Rims DLC video came out on Tuesday, but that's because the Rims DLC came out on Monday and I didn't quite have enough time to make a video and get it out that day, so I brought it out the next day. But our new schedule is a Monday at 6 p.m. and Thursdays at 6 p.m. 2 videos a week going forward. Now, the Thursday videos will coincide with when we start the new competition on the official Red Dot Games Discord channel, which is starting now. So make sure starting today. So go and check that out a little bit later on today. 10 p.m. in the evenings, normally when we start things up. Go and vote for which car you want to see build next, and I will be hopefully building one of them as well. But what have we got coming up in the next episode here? There she is, sat on the trailer, ready to go, looking absolutely beautiful. This is the beautiful Mazda RX-4. It's the VM edition. I haven't created that. That came with the mod itself from Golly. I don't know if it's made for me or it means something else. Somebody want to let me know in the comments. Golly, if you're watching, too, let me know. If you've made it for me, thank you so very much. But it is a very cool car anyway, the Mazda RX-4. Cannot wait to get stuck into this one. That's the standard edition you can see on the screen there. But as you can see on ours, it's definitely not a standard edition on there. It's looking pretty wild. Liking the taillights, but there is some better ones to go with it. We'll cover that one in the episode. But let's crack on. Did we get a good deal for this one? No. Not even close. 18,570 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 15,613, as is, losing out on almost 3,000 before we begin. The engine in this one is the rotary 13B REW twin turbo. That will definitely be staying in there. Very cool engine, and obviously, you know me, I do like a turbo. I like even more a twin turbo. 283 factory horsepower on that one. We will be increasing that one as we go. And also, don't forget to let me know in the comments, do you want to see this one drag strip? Do you want to see it on the racetrack? And even if you're really going to put it out there, I really hope you don't, but do you want to see this one on the gravel track? Let me know in the comments below. But that is it for today's video. I cannot wait to build this beautiful RX-4. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, do let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, let me know what you think of that grey and bronze BMW M4. I love grey and bronze, a good colour combination, but I'm always happy to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. Leave a cheeky little like. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.